gold. Hit subscribe. I'll appreciate it. Hi guys, Brittany here from Pennies into Pearls. On today's video, I want to share with you guys a simple little lazy tip for you guys on how to have a more productive day. If you find yourself lagging and not getting anything done, then you're definitely going to want to stay tuned. Welcome back guys, I'm Brittany from Pennies into Pearls, and this is where I want to help you guys dream big, live beautiful on any budget. So if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you guys like this video, big thumbs up would be so appreciated. So let's get to it. This is a quick and simple tip, maybe a little bit harder to implement than it sounds, but you guys can do it. Let's start talking about it. So the key to having a productive day is sleep. Think about it. Sleep is so important. Our brains physically cannot function without sleep. We need food, water, and sleep. So here are some tips on how to have a more productive day by sleeping more. So the first thing that might not make sense, but I'll come back around to it and it'll make sense, I promise, is you need to wake up early. I don't know what it is. Once you get into the routine of waking up early, you actually are going to have more energy throughout your day. You have to make sure you have 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You can't get around that, but we're going to talk more about that in a second. My guess is if you talk to anyone successful, they're going to tell you that they wake up early and get things done before the world starts getting busy. Especially if you're a mama, those hours before your kids wake up are like gold. It's pretty much the only time in my day that I can guarantee that I'm going to get some work done. Nap time is iffy on some days. Things come up throughout the day where I might have to use nap time to catch up on other things or get dinner ready or whatever. And then after bedtime, I might be tired already, or again, things come up and I have to get it done. So waking up early and using that time before your house starts buzzing, before the pressures of the world start pushing down on you, you can get some stuff done in those early morning hours. But I know there's a lot of you out there that are saying, I'm not a morning person, I can't wake up in the morning. But let me tell you, I think you can. I used to want to sleep until like 8, 9 o'clock before I had kids. But here is how I worked my way up to be a morning person. Take the time that you wake up right now. Pull out your phone, get your little alarm up, and set it for 5 to 15 minutes earlier than it is set right now. Go ahead. You do that right now, and I'm going to be waiting. Okay. Did you set your alarm a little bit earlier? Perfect. Good job. 5 minutes might sound like a silly amount of time and like, oh, it's not going to make a difference. But I want you to keep doing this every week. So every week you're going to set your alarm 5 to 15 minutes earlier than it currently is set. So in a month or in 2 months, you're going to find yourself waking up an entire hour earlier than you are today. So the key to this is start today, and you're going to slowly finding yourself more comfortable with an earlier wake up time. Now the second part to this strategy is that you have to be able to get your sleep. Sleepfoundation.org recommends that adults get 7 to 9 hours of sleep on average. I know how it gets. Sometimes I get so busy that I just cannot get to bed until late. I had to slap myself out of this recently, hence the topic for today's video. So we just talked about how to get our morning alarms going a little bit earlier. So you're probably thinking, hey, we're talking about cutting our sleep here, right? Wrong-o! Early to bed, early to rise. That's what we need to start thinking. Early to bed, early to rise. 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 Got it? Get that in your head. So here's my tip for you guys on how to make sure you get your 7 to 9 hours a night of sleep. So you set an alarm clock for the morning, right? My tip is to start setting an alarm clock to go to bed. It's really easy to get tied up in those Netflix marathons. Not that I do that ever. Or in a good book or, whatever. It's really easy to lose track of time at night. What I've found that is so helpful is to set an alarm for myself 10 minutes before I need to start getting ready for bed. Right now, my goal is to be asleep, conked out, no later than 10 o'clock. So that way I can get my full 7 hours of sleep each night. So my alarm goes off at 9:20. I know that in 10 minutes I need to have everything wrapped up, whether I'm working on the computer or whatever. I have 10 more minutes before I need to start wrapping that up. 10 minutes later, you could set another alarm if you need to, but that's when I start going around the house, locking everything, closing everything up, checking on the kids, and then making my way to bed, brushing my teeth, all that stuff. But then you also need to have that time to unwind, no electronics possibly. So once I started setting a nighttime alarm clock, I went from getting only 5 hours of sleep to the full 7 hours of sleep that I needed. Does anyone out there have any good tips on how to relax and kind of get your mind off of things so you can fall asleep faster? I would love to know those tips. Leave them down in the comments below, and you guys definitely go down and read all of the comments because there's a great conversation, because you guys all have really awesome ideas and you don't want to miss out on those. So read those comments. Thank you guys so much for joining. I would love to hear any ideas and thoughts or questions you guys have, so make sure to leave those down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye! So we have had to do a major overhaul on our budget recently. So our beginning debt was a little over $20,000.